Hey guys, I'm back. I promised you another video today that was going to include a shopping list for our 31-day keto challenge, and I am here to deliver. So I've just posted the shopping list actually in our Keto Helpline private group on Facebook. But don't worry, if you're not on Facebook, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and include a link to the shopping list in the description of this video as well, so you can still download it and follow along. Before we get kicked off, I am Tisha with the Keto Helpline, and I am here to help teach you everything you need to know about keeping keto simple and introducing it as a brand new lifestyle so you can make small changes in what you eat today to feel incredible results for how you live tomorrow. If you could do me a favor, click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and also the bell icon so you can be notified of whenever I decide to put a video up. I would certainly appreciate it, and please feel free to share this information and this channel with anybody you know who might want to learn more about low carb, keto, and a healthy lifestyle, turning you from a sugar burner to a fat burner for tremendous health. So let's go ahead and get started. The 31-day shopping list that I posted is basic. It is a foundation for you, but all the foods that are listed on that shopping list are going to be safe. So you can have pretty much as much of them as you would like. And I'm going to kind of answer some questions ahead of time that I think I'm going to get from the shopping list. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer them for you. But I broke down the shopping list into different categories. So when you go to the grocery store, it's easier to kind of figure out what you want. There's a meat section, dairy section, vegetables, fruits, things like that. So real quick, so the meat and protein section, there's a lot of different options for meat and protein. Main thing, you want it to be, if it's going to be fish, you want it to be wild caught, not farm raised. If it's going to be beef, you want it to be grass fed, grass finished. If you can, instead of grain fed, would be ultimate. And you want to have cage free, pasture raised chickens and eggs and things like that. So again, we're just looking for good quality product. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit more expensive to do that. So if your choice is to either have grass fed beef or grain fed beef, or go back to eating a taco, go ahead and just get the beef that you can afford, which is fine. It would just be nice to be able to eventually upgrade to have that grass-fed version. You're trying to keep grains out of your body, so the last thing you want to do is eat food that's fed on grains. So that's kind of one extra tip. But when it comes to meat and protein, as long as it's not processed, if it's meat, if it's an animal product, it's going to be safe for you to have. It doesn't matter if it's bison, if it's chicken, if it's salmon roe, if it's eggs. Animal products are going to be safe for you for keto. So you have lots and lots of options. And there's so many different ways to be able to prepare all of it too, which really kind of opens up the door for lots of creativity in the kitchen. So that's what we're dealing with our meat and our protein. Then we go to our dairy section. Now, on keto, you can definitely have dairy. There are people who have dairy sensitivities. It could be the casein, it could be the lactose. There's a lot of different things. Dairy is normally an inflammatory food. So you're going to have a reaction of some sort, even if it's not too significant that you don't notice it. It is still something. Your body does still react to dairy. That said, you do not have to cut dairy out. If you have a dairy intolerance, you don't need to have dairy. If it hasn't been something that's bothered you in the past, that's fine. My only request for you, though, is that you are going to be limiting the types of dairy. No more milk. No low-fat, skim milk, 2% milk, any of that. Why don't you have milk? It is so high in sugars, and we are avoiding sugars. So get milk out of the fridge, off of the table. You're not using standard dairy milk anymore. Cheeses. You can do hard cheeses and soft cheeses. Hard cheeses are going to be a little bit better for you than the soft cheeses. Stay away from the processed stuff, so no Velveetas and cheese spray things like that. Again, we're looking for real foods, so you want to make sure for that. One extra tip when it comes to shredded cheese, most shredded cheese is coated with the potato starch or some kind of starch so it doesn't stick. So it would be a lot better for you to buy a block of cheese and shred it, either manually or throw it into a food processor and have it shred up. That's going to be better for you when you're looking to reduce the carb intake. So you want to do that. No more half and half. No more flavored creamers. If you want cream in a coffee, for example, use heavy whipping cream. And that would be your best option there. You can have sour cream. Again, we're looking for full fat. Cream cheese, full fat. Greek yogurt, full fat, no sugars, unsweetened, those types of things. All that stuff is broken down on the shopping list for you. Then we have fats. we are looking at healthy fats. Now, what you know about fats is probably misinformation that has been proven time and time again, but not really out there as easily to be able to get and process. But don't be afraid of fat. Stop fearing the fat. We're going to consume a lot of healthy fats. So that's your olive oils, your avocado oil, your coconut oil, MCT oils, avocados themselves, olives, ghee, tallow. There's so many different choices, and it makes food so tasty. You're going to love it. So stay away from seed oils. That's going to be your biggest thing. Other items that are going to be high fat, we want. Remember, no low fat, no fat-free products. We're looking for full fat products. Again, that's broken down in a list. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds people have different sensitivities to them. So again, if you can have nuts and seeds, great. If you have an allergy or an intolerance to them, please don't consume them. But I went ahead and broke down some of the lowest carb and the highest level fat nuts and seeds for you to consider. So that's going to be on the list as well. Then I have our keto vegetables. And keto vegetables, vegetables are fine for people to consume. Usually focusing on most of the vegetables are going to be things that are grown above ground. There are, of course, a few exceptions, but I went ahead and put together, I think, a pretty good list of different types of vegetables to have. Just keep in mind that vegetables are carbs. Granted, there's no sugar in them, or at least there's limited sugar. You do want to stay away from things like carrots. You can have some in moderation, but again, carrots are very high sugar vegetables, so you don't want to consume a lot of them. But if you have a sprinkle of a little, it's not going to do anything totally detrimental to you. But you're going to have a pretty good list of the vegetables that are there. And I don't want you to think you can't have vegetables or that all you can eat are vegetables, because neither one of those is accurate. Just stay away from your real high sugared vegetables. Again, you're looking at your leafy greens, you're looking at your bitter vegetables. And we're going to talk about some other things to consider over the month when it comes to which vegetables to have or not have. But this is kind of a good starting point. Then I went ahead and included kind of a list of pantry items that you can include, whether it's canned tuna, beef jerky, pork rinds if you eat that, different types of things to kind of watch out for. So that's going to be included on the list. Your fruits, you can have some fruits. Usually berries is really all you're looking for. Again, fruits are nature's candy, right? It's high sugar. So you want to stay away from that. So now avocados and oils are fruits, which are fantastic. Tomatoes are fruits. You can have them in moderation. They are a high carb fruit. And then you have your berries. So your cranberries, your raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. You can have them, but again, in moderation. They're great sometimes if you have a little bit of a sweet tooth to kind of help kill that craving a little bit, but it's not something you're going to consume a ton of, just too high in sugar. So that's kind of the basics. I've also included some condiments that are going to be good options for you too. Again, this is not an all-inclusive, you can only eat the things that are on this list, but it should give you a good starting point. And just keep in mind, you do not need to buy all of it. You can just pick out one meat, one vegetable, one fruit, and a bunch of fats and call it a day. And if that's what you want to be able to eat for the next 31 days, that's great. I will be coming back and showing you some different examples of meal plans. Hopefully you're taking information from the earlier video that talked about finding your 12-hour window, making sure you write down what you have been eating so we can make some adaptations, and make sure you're scheduling for your measurements, to make sure you take your measurements, your weight, and your before pictures. So October 1st is right around the corner. I'm super excited for all of you getting involved in this. I can't wait to see the results and hear about how fantastic you feel. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media, Keto Helpline on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I am Tisha with Keto Helpline, and I'll be back soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.